I really hope that's caught. Do you have like something you're going for, like a vision when you like why you're putting these elements together?
Well, I was inspired like by I was like gonna call my collection like Electra Miami, because I was like kind of like EDM festival inspired, but like very glamorous. Like the girls that would like go there, they're like go straight to the VIP and like very glamorous, like not, but like kind of like that, very young, and so that's why I wanted the colors, like something like electro, you know what I mean, but like fashionable at the same time.
No, it's I like it.
So that's why I like it.
I like the colors.
It's
It's standing out, but it's still soothing. And maybe because they're cool colors, but like.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Because when I find like when I'm really hot, I like blue and like cooler colors. Like if it's really cold, I want red because it makes me feel. So like I'm trying to like evoke like a feeling. So like in Miami, you like, you know, I don't know. And plus I'm doing all this bondage, so I thought I have some that are black just because I'm doing denim and the like ties the denim in the black. It makes it look less country and more like cool. But with the blue harnesses, it takes it away from like the whole S&M like that kind of feeling, and like it's like a cooler feeling, which is like the opposite of hot, you know. So I don't know. It feels like kind of cools off the whole bondage thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like no, that's not.
Yeah, because I have like all these bondage things. So like the obvious color would be like black, red, you know, like. But I'm doing like white, blue, like the neon green because it's different.
I'm still trying to figure out like. So bondage with S&M. So there's probably a word that I'm looking for, but I can't ask.
The right name for the community? What is it?
Or community or feeling or community.
BSDM.
What is it say? How do you say it?
BSDM.
BSDM? Is that what it is?
Yeah, bondage, sadism, BSD, domination. I think that's what it is.
I don't
or
know.
BSDM.
I don't know. It's something like that. I don't know. Yeah.
It was like you're going for
BDSM?
BDSM.
Wait,
Yeah, BD. I thought it was like a D in there. BDSM,
but
yeah.
you're going for that, but you're trying to do
Like
for the
SM.
different.
I mean, just taking a little bit from there, because I'm
Right.
always inspired by, I don't know, I always like that kind of, you know, like,
yeah.
so a little bit of like the BDSM, but like doing like cooler colors, and then like this Electra Miami, and I've always liked black and white, like forever. I've always liked black and white and stripes, with like a solid color mixed in there. So, and then this is kind of like a sum up of all my like kind of best swimwear cuts. I did some new cuts, but because I've done a lot of swimwear, so I kind of just summed it all up and picked like some of my best like styles and cuts, picked a couple fabrics, and then added the whole belt harness thing. That's like an accessory.
Okay.
So.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I like the line a lot. It's awesome.
Yeah, I made it all like when from the day of the show. It'll be 2 months from when I started sketching everything out. Because when I went to the designer council meeting or whatever, the interview, I was working on this, which was like even more Electra Miami, you know, which was like, but I was actually going to go to Ultra in Miami, and then I got engaged and got married. So when I got engaged, it was a single,
crazy year.
yeah, it was a single girls trip, and like so, and I was planning on going, but so I started making this, thinking I'm going to go to Miami and wear these, and then I got engaged, and I was like, not a good idea if I go. So I just
Maybe not in Miami.
Yeah. Well, because I don't know, I was single at the time, and then all of a sudden I'm engaged, so I decided not to. But
I know. I mean, it'd be too tempting.
Yeah. So I decided to make a collection instead because I didn't want to waste the outfits.
I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very summery.
So yeah, I started doing that, and then I went to the designer review, and they liked my swimsuits. Because I showed them like my book, and it has like a lot of my old swimsuit stuff, and they said they really liked that, and so. The next day I came home and like started sketching, then ordered fabric, and then I just started. These are like my original sketches for the collection. Some of them I'm not using, or they changed a little bit. Like this is my finale dress, but I'm not putting a mask on there. But when I drew it, like I was watching the episode of Sailor, and like I have the head thing on, and so that's what I drew.
Did you have inspiration for like the body type you like the draw for? Because it's all like very tall.
Well, I have a croquis that I made that I use. Because with fashion, it's like 10 heads, so like for one head, there needs to be like 10 of those in the body. You know, like that's the normal fashion. So my sketches used to be a lot shorter, but when I started trying to get, like when I was younger, in like high school, and tried to stretch them out, you know, it took a while. And then I just made my own croquis, so I put it underneath a piece of paper and then draw on top of it. So they all have the same.
I am overwhelmed in a positive way. Is this like
Yeah, I guess that mannequin over there would be my ideal body type. Like, because this looks good on all my, this is like the mannequin that I use for everything. I was telling her, like, I made this wrap dress
Yeah.
a while ago, and it was a really pretty wrap dress, and then I had it on the mannequin, and he took my scissors and, like, cut a slash right into it. And then I was like, oh, crap, like, and I sat there and, like, thought about it for a couple days and didn't do anything, and then I just decided to, like, cut the whole dress instead, because I didn't want to waste it.
Oh, that makes it cool, though.
Yeah, but now, like, when you put it on here, I'll show you.
Awesome.
Like, it just gives it a lot of texture, and I would have never cut it myself, you know, like, I just wouldn't have. But, like, or no, there he is. He's the one that did it.
Can you walk over this way, too? Just to make sure I can get... Oh, that's really awesome.
Here, put this. I know, and he's the one that did it, so. And, like, I started doing it here, and I made a wrap dress, and then it took me 2 hours to, like, cut all these slits in it.
Whoa.
And then I put it on the mannequin, and I was like, oh, something's off, and I grabbed it, and I cut it without laying it flat, and because I have all the slits in perfect lines, so I did one slit in between the lines, so it messed up the whole dress. So I cut it and made like a skirt, which actually turns into a cape.
And you look really good in that dress. That's
Thank you.
100% fitting.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it gives it kind of this cool like texture, kind. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Gives it like
And if you were outside, then this would all be catching the light, and it would just be dancing a little bit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it'd be really pretty.
Nice. You learn something every day.
But yeah, it's just a very small town. There's no fashion at all. And I used to, I don't know, grab magazines and like be like so fascinated with like the editorial stories in the back and stuff like that. So I used to go to the thrift store and like just cut up clothing and like that's how I first started, was like cutting things up and then like redoing them together and stuff like that. But before I had a sewing machine, I would safety pin like seams together, like a whole row of safety pins. And then in middle school, I had a home ec teacher, and I would stay after class, and she would teach me how to make patterns. Because I had sketches of dresses, so I remember her teaching me how to do like that kind of stuff.
So back then you were already just like already into that?
Yeah, that's all I've ever wanted to do. I've never wanted to do anything else. Well, I think I wanted to be a singer in like first grade, but I guess most girls like dream to be like a superstar.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always been fashion. I used to make like paper dolls actually before I started making clothes. So.
Did you watch any like TV or movies and stuff that like were inspirations, or like you like their fashion, or?
No, I had a neighborly, actually, this girl that I looked up to, and it was like a really small town, there's not a lot of fashion, but there was this one lady, and she used to do like fetish modeling and like other types of modeling, and she had like the coolest shoes and like these crazy outfits, and like I would go over to her house and we would like have these long conversations about all the cool things she would do in Seattle, and I like wanted to be like her, like everybody in my town, like she was the one like cool girl in the neighborhood, you know, so. And I don't know, right after I turned 18, I moved to Seattle, so.
What about you? How did you get started modeling?
It was when I first moved to Seattle. I guess I was just kind of curious to know if it could happen or not. I came from Montana, also a smaller town, so it's not like there's really a fashion scene. I probably couldn't have modeled there much, at least. So came here, immediately went to all the agencies and was rejected because I had no portfolio and I had no idea what I was doing. So like flat out rejection everywhere. And I just kind of fell in love with it, I guess. It's really fun. It's really like kind of an ego boost, and it's creative. It's I don't know. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's definitely beautiful. Like you get to wear like awesome clothes and stuff.
Yeah, and you get to be part of these productions like this that are just so rewarding.
You probably get free food sometimes. Also, you wanted to do modeling before?
Well, I moved in across the street from SMG, the modeling agency.
Oh, okay.
So, like, every day I would, like, look out the window and I'd see them and be like, maybe I should, like, maybe I should give it a shot or something. It was just, like, there constantly. So it was, like, being reminded of it all the time. Like, I'd seen episodes of America's Next Top Model and things like that, and I was like, I think I'd be good at that. Like, I think that, you know, I could probably do that really well. But it wasn't something I'd really thought I'd be able to do before moving here.
That dress I was telling you that I had made, the wrap dress like this one, but I did the wrong cut in it. And I didn't want to waste it because I spent 2 hours like with this flat on the table cutting all these. So I made it into, it could be a skirt, but I like it as a cape too, which is awkward. But so it could be two things.
Skirt cape.
Yeah,
And
it says.
we found a cool way of like switching between them. So if we wanted to do it on a runway, we could show it as a skirt and a cape.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
That's like the
it's
perfect
really cool.
superhero design.
Well, yeah, and I've done it once before in a show.
Oh, it looks kind of like
We
cowboy
had like a
pants.
skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, but it looks cool on her. It's like,
This, and then I'm gonna hook it just like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
But see how it like hangs as a cape, but it's like, I don't know, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like it. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, that's really
Right?
beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, some things things happen on accident, and then it makes them happen on purpose. Like I'll make a top a certain way, and then I'll turn it around this way, and I'll be like, oh, like, and then that's how it's gonna be. You know, that's not the way that I meant it to be, but it's like the accidents that make like these signature things, like the slits, or like this is now a cape when I would have never like drawn that cape.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like how people think air or like sleep or water or food. Like I have to make something. Like even if I'm not doing a collection, like I have these like. I'll just like sit there and like glue things on these knuckles.
What? Oh, this is so. Wait. I'm gonna take a picture with these later. Oh, these are awesome.
Yeah, but they're cool.
But you wouldn't want to hit anyone with them because they're too pretty.
Yeah, I mean, they're cool
What
though.
if go like this? Just like hit someone like that.
If you were wearing them and then something happened, you would definitely protect yourself.
Oh God, yeah. Oh crap.
Especially this one right here, like if you wore it like.
Oh, I'm wearing it.
And then that poke on the.
You really thought of this. So what city did you go to or something?
Well, I was there's a designer in Austin who does punk stuff, and I went over to his house a couple years ago, and he had a pair of knuckles like that, but they weren't embellished. And I was like, oh, these are so cool, and I wanted them for a shoot we were doing, because I was doing like this glam rock kind of themed shoot.
Yeah.
And then he told me this little Asian like market like down the street that sells those. So I went there and bought like $20 I think for these, and like I bought a few pairs, and then I decided to like embellish them because Alexander McQueen had like purses where they like cut this part and like put it like on the top of a clutch.
Oh.
So I thought maybe I would do that, and that's why I bought them originally. But then I just kept them like this, and I had these to put them like on a necklace. You know, like just different stuff.
Cool. I like it.
Something cool. Like I have a pair of tennis shoes that I wrote like Jersey Virago, and then I wrote like this quote from school author like all over the sneaker.
Oh wait, where are those?
Pretty cool. Hogan. Yeah, so I put this quote on there. It starts with. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they don't respect authority. Yeah, just like a really cool quote. And then I even have like an Albert Einstein quote in here somewhere. And a Buddha quote too, like, we are shaped by our thoughts and we become what we think. Because I like really big on energy, and like I believe whatever's in your head, like projection and like all that stuff. Oh yeah, and then Albert Einstein, the true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. Yeah.
Which quote do you think fits you the most?
Well, I like the Buddha quote just because that's kind of like how I live my life. Like I try to only put things in my head that I want, like so I don't. Like, or if I want something, like I just start doing it. Like after I went to the designer review, I didn't even know if I was going to make it, and they didn't really like anything that I was making.
Oh wow!
I mean, they liked it, but they didn't like my embellishment because I don't think they really get the whole EDM scene, you know, because it's new. So so I mean, I was really upset that whole night, but I just like reevaluated everything, and the next day I woke up and started sketching and like ordered this fabric the next day, not even knowing if I was going to show, but I just like put in my mind that I'm going to show, and then I'll do it, you know. Yeah. Like, you don't know how you're going to get there, but if you start, like, taking the steps, like, you're going to get there. So. But I like quotes, I guess. And the imagination. Like, I think I have a really big imagination. And I don't know. You don't have to be, like, super book smart to be smart.
The most rewarding part of modeling, I think, is, like, that I get to participate in, like, glamour, like, glamorous things. Because, to me, like, glamour is about hope. It's about like the idea that you can be so talented or so beautiful or so intelligent or something, like you're so good at that thing that you, like all of your flaws effectively vanish and you achieve perfection. That's what being glamorous is like being perfect, and it's not real perfection, which isn't attainable, but like being glamorous is. And so that's really, really cool to me, and I love that I get to see myself like that. Like I get to see these extremely glamorous, beautiful photos and be like, yeah, that's perfect.
That makes sense. I actually like was thinking on that, like on when you said that, so it was like resonated with other thoughts that people said, and I was like, oh, I get it now. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So it's really fun, and I love like pushing things. I think what makes me unique as a model is that I like kind of doing more wild and crazy, like fun, dangerous things, I guess. Like as part of photo shoots, like I modeled with some really dangerous big animals, like an alligator. I held an alligator and modeled with it, who was alive and not drugged and like perfectly capable of tearing me to shreds, and like a big boa, or python, sorry. And I've climbed up cliffs for photo shoots, like without harnesses or anything, like no safety equipment. I've hung off of bridges, and because I used to be an aerialist, like an aerial acrobat.
Okay.
Just amateur, but you know, I did a lot of that, so I was comfortable hanging off of upside down of a bridge, things like that. So I like trying new things a lot. I like doing adventurous stuff.
All my furs are vintage, you know what I mean? But I did get a skunk because you can't buy a vintage skunk. So this is 2 skunks. I'm not done with it. My mom got it. I sewed them together at the neck. Well, no, it came like this. It had the heads on it, but it's already like tanned and ready to go. You know, you buy it like this. But I really like black and white stripes, like I told you. So, and after I saw the Rihanna "Bitch Better Have My Money" video, she had like this really long skunk fur. So I convinced my mom to buy me this last Christmas, but I'm not done with it. I want to put, because usually they have like a silky whatever lining in it, but I like the way that the skin looks. So I kind of want to put this, and then like, you know, it'll be like folded, so like this will be the liner, like the inside of it. Because I don't know, I just like the way that the skin looks with this on it.
I do like that on the.
Yeah, but it'll be like a really long kind of like skunk fur thing. I like fur. And then this I got at this old vintage shop, and I felt bad because he was like all falling apart, and like I literally had to like sew him together. But he had weird looking eyes, so I just thought I'd jewel him up. Yeah. But but that's vintage. I don't buy like. I don't put an empty like space on a shelf, you know. But
Is this a ferret?
It's a fox.
This is a fox?
What?
Hello,
I think it's a
I'm
fox.
Did you feel that when you became a model in Seattle that they tried to change something from you that was in Montana that was in you? And is there things that people have tried to, or like the industry has tried to get you to do, or people that you're like, I'm not going to do?
Definitely get a lot of requests for like really sexy photo shoots, which haven't really done at all yet. And I'm kind of curious, I guess, like of maybe trying like to model lingerie or something at some point, but as of now I haven't, and I don't want to, and I get a lot of requests, or I used to, when I was on Model Mayhem, I got a lot of requests for like pretty kinky stuff.
Okay.
I think that part of why I'm so excited to do like outdoor kind of crazy shoots like that is that I come from Montana, and in Montana, like where I come from, it's a pretty wealthy community, and it's like no matter how much money you have, they're just like, you're not really above anything, I guess. Like you're not above any like jobs or any, I don't know, like physical like manual labor or anything like that. It's very like down to earth, I guess. And that coming here, I noticed that a lot of my peers will like complain about things, and I never complain. It's just like, I don't know, I'm okay with things like that, I guess. So when it comes to doing crazy stuff like that, I'm more excited about doing it. Whereas, so I'm usually the one who like suggests it.
Oh,
and
wow.
the photographers are like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, fine. I'm excited to do this."
What is your obstacle? Like the greatest obstacles that you had in your designer career? And in life.
Well, there's been different ones. Like, I guess getting my product to be as good as it is now has been kind of a while. Like these swimsuits were not that great when I first started. It took me like a year probably of like trial and error of like making stuff, and now like everything fits like really well. Yeah, that's like a hoodie.
What?
Yeah.
Can you wear your own thing, or?
Yeah, I could put this on her. But see, like the swimsuits, everything fits really well. It took a while for everything to fit well everywhere. You know, it was like I make a pattern and then make something, and then I have to like trim it in a little bit or an inch lower. You know, like for each pattern, it took me like trial and error to make it perfect.
Are there specific measurements for like
There-
that fits a really smoothly? Is that just like a
They're all one size fits most. Let's say unless you're like having like a really big breast or like really big butt, or you know what I mean. For like most girls that want to wear a bikini like this, it's one size fits most.
Okay.
But I really like doing custom suits. Like if a girl came to me and she wanted something specific, I can alter my patterns to be bigger or this and that. And I don't use elastic in like the waistlines and things like that, which a lot of like swimsuits do. So they like cut into them and they make them look like they have like a big muffin top or something. Even if they don't, because the elastic is like doesn't stretch a lot.
Okay.
But the way that I do my strings, it like keeps it secure, but I don't use elastic.
What fabric is that?
Just like a swim fabric. It's like lycra. I ordered this fabric. I just ordered from Europe.
Ooh. Wait, what is this called?
Lycra?
Like.
Oh yeah, this is lycra.
So this isn't denim. This is like.
It's like a I get it from this company in Europe that prints. So before, I used to buy like this swimsuit fabric, which I would just get from Joann's, and then, which I'm probably going to switch to another black. But I ordered this print and this, which is like going to be my new fabric, which is just like really soft, and I really like the way that they print.
Is there like a functional reason that this fabric is used?
What do you mean?
Is it like
I mean, it's used for like dancewear, swimwear, like
Oh.
things like that. Like someone for like a gymnastics outfit, or someone that wants like a pair of stretchy leggings or swimsuits. Like
Okay.
Lycra is kind of like a sports kind of stretchy fabric, but like so it's used for like swim, sport, dance, things like that.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, it's making stuff. Like I'm just very creative, whether it's cooking, like just whatever it is that I'm making with my hands. Like take an idea that wasn't reality and then I make it appear is like really cool.
I feel.
I have another room upstairs. It's like a showroom too, if you want to.
Well, to be a model, you definitely have to have a good sense of self, and like you have to have a lot of confidence because there are definitely people who are gonna like really bluntly talk about your flaws or even flaws that
Yeah.
you don't think you have and they do.
Y'all are both ridiculously smart, and this is exciting. Can I try on this?
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about wearing that either to the opening ceremony or like to something. I didn't make the jacket, but I embellished it. So all this stuff on there, I put on there. But I wish the jacket I got at Target.
It's very flashy. Let's see. This probably won't fit me. No.
It's pretty small. I could put it, or Beatrice, or me could put it on.
Try it. Try it. You're
Okay,
not
I'll show you.
modeling.
Yeah.
You're.
I mean, it's pretty cute though.
Oh yeah. Whoa!
Cute.
It even
I
works
like
with what you
that.
have.
Yeah.
And that's what. This is exactly how you should go to the.
That's what I was thinking about wearing this. I don't know. I want to make a dress still. I have material down there, so but I need an outfit for the 13th and the 14th. And then I'm going on the 15th too, even though I'm not showing. So
Oh, okay.
I guess it's 3 outfits I need. So one of them I want to be this. I did this a few years ago, but it's like really current right now, I feel like, because everything's being like embellished and like everybody's putting stuff on, like jackets and things like that. So
The 80s are
but
starting
yeah, I
to
put
come
these on the
back.
shoulders and all that. All this stuff in here I made besides like the fur. I just don't have room in my closet for the furs. Yeah, this was like a thing I got from Halloween, but I took the finger off because the thumb was, and then I glued this on there, glued this, and then I attached it to a thing. I made a Persephone costume for, like these are all like hand-sewn flowers on here, and it was like supposed to be like a hot tub party, but then it has the skirt that goes over top of it, and then I could take it off and wear it in the hot tub. But it was like Persephone, who was like the goddess of spring, but also like Hades took her, so she was like the queen of the underworld. So it's like dark on the bottom, as like they're dying or something.
Oh wow.
And then so I had this on my hand, you know, like it was part of it.
Can you wear this?
This?
Yeah. I wish
Yeah.
I can put it on. I put this one on earlier and it was beautiful.
And then I made this
This
one
one's so
afterward
pretty.
because I did conservation catwalk, and so I decided
Cool.
to do like some like nature-inspired type things. But these are all like hand dyed, and then I dyed the flowers, and these all like hand sewed. Like this one has
I like
like
the gradient.
I think like almost 300 flowers on it. Wow. And this one probably has a little less flowers, but there's a lot on
It
there.
looks like there are
Yeah.
hundreds.
Yeah. Well, it took a long time
I don't want
to hand sew all. This is what I was telling you when Kiki kept putting pins in the thing. He was
Oh.
putting it in here because he saw me pinning flowers. Because I actually pinned all these flowers on here before I sewed them, and then I had to take each one, like undo the pin and like hand sew each one on. It took a really long time. Oh, okay.
Are one of you supposed to be wearing the cloth thing?
I can put it on.
Yeah. Awesome. Nice. Ooh, y'all look very
Like
it's actually kind of fall. It's like summer, fall time fresh. How does each outfit makes you feel? What does it invoke? Like,
I feel very pretty and feminine in it. That's I feel like a spring goddess or something.
I think this one's really beautiful, and I love that just the very bottom is dipped in like a dark, dark ink or something. It's inky, and it makes me think of Hades. It's just her jewelry, obviously, also.
I really like color. I had a photo that was like a garden, and it was like turning nighttime. It was like really dark blue in the photo. I don't know if it was editing, but there was these bright red flowers, and like I used that photo as inspiration, kind of like for the like. We turn around. Like the back of this dress, how like there's the dark blue and then the bright red, like it was almost looks exactly like the photo.
oh wow.
That's where like the touches of red.
It does look like a photo. Like it looks like a picture. Like
Yeah, that looks almost like I had a picture, and then that's where I was like, oh, I'm gonna do red for this dress because I made this dress first, and then I really liked blue because I had bought dye and I was just playing around with it. So I had the black dye, and then I had the dark blue dye, and I was like, I'm gonna do blue.
So are these two different characters?
This one really wasn't a character. I made this one first because we were going to like a party for the gods, and then the person that was organizing the conservation catwalk liked this dress and asked if I had any more like this, and that was like a month away from the show. So I said yes, and I sketched out this one, and then I also have like this fire-inspired dress.
Ooh.
Because it was like more like elements, so I was thinking like earth and then like fire.
I looked at this. I was looking at them and like this one.
Oh, this is my husband. He was Hades for the costume. So this was his Hades to my Persephone.
And who is Persephone for the people who don't know Greek?
Persephone. She was. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know whose daughter she was. But she was the princess or the goddess of spring, and then she was tricked into marrying Hades. So then she spent half of her time on Earth in spring, and then she would go to Hades, then return to like fall, winter. So part of it's like she's a spring goddess, but she's also like has to be in like hell or Hades for half of the year. So that's why it's like dark on the bottom. Like I'm like either about to go down or I just came back up, you know. Or like my flowers are starting to die because it's now fall and I'm leaving.
Nice.
So kind of like that. And that really didn't have a character. I was just thinking more of like a Grecian kind of like nature, like goddess, fairy type thing, you know, just like
I can see
like something kind of unattainable, like just magical feminine creature, you know, that was like created, like just all femininity. My mom bought me a tank top that had emojis on it, but it like wasn't a cute brand. It wasn't, but I thought the emojis were just small enough I can cut them into thongs, triangles, so they're like angry or like different emotions. Like this one's like, there's one that's shocked and it's really funny. Oh, this one. Like, what? What's going on?
This one's just cool.
Yeah. Well, I thought I would have one complete outfit for the print, and then I just made thongs.
What was this for?
Just for fun.
Oh, okay.
Just because I saw the shirt, and I just wanted to make it or something. Sometimes I just sew things with no purpose at all. Like I said, I had a shirt. I saw the shirt, and I thought, oh, these are perfect to make and cut into perfect shapes for that, and I made it. I don't know who will buy it eventually, but it's made for somebody, and they'll find it eventually. Like, I don't know.
Do it again.
This is like positive for my emotional well-being.
You like slide it across the screen.
Jersey Virago. 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 Jersey Virago.